This frog wants to be happy, and this frog has to try. This frog is gonna make it, or know the reason why. I'm not gonna sit here like some dumb old bump on a log. That isn't me. I'm gonna be this frog. This frog has a song to be sung. This frog isn't gonna spend his life in a swamp catching flies with his tongue. This frog may slip and stumble, but this frog tries again. This frog never will crumble, but fall to rise again. This frog is staying with it like a tick sticks to a dog. I'm gonna win. You're gonna love this frog.
This frog has some climbing to do. This frog has some dreams that he's making come true. This frog never will fall.
This frog,
No, not through slush or fall.
this frog will not wear a halter, 'cause nothing halts this frog. I made myself a promise as a young green pollywog. I'll be on top. Nothing can stop this
Oh, it's a gorgeous day.
Yep, certainly is.
Yep, terrific day for a drive.
Yeah, it's beautiful country out here.
A frog and a bear seeing America.
Moving right along in search of good times and good news. With good friends you can't lose.
This could become a habit.
Opportunity knocks once, let's reach out and grab it.
Yeah!
Together we'll nab it.
We'll hitchhike, bus, or yellow cabin.
Cabot?
Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free.
Getting there is half the fun, come share it with me.
Moving right along.
Dum-dum-dum-dum, we'll learn to share the load.
We don't need a map to keep this show on the road.
Hey, Fozzie, I want you to turn left if you come to a fork in the road.
Yes, sir. Turn left at the fork in the road. Permit.
I don't believe that. Moving right along, we found a life on the highway.
And your way is my way.
So trust my navigation.
California, here we come up high in the skyland.
Palm trees and warm sand.
So savvy, we just left Rhode Island.
We did what?
Just forget it. Moving right along.
Dug-a-dum, dug-a-dum. Hey, LA, where have you gone?
Send someone to fetch us. We're in Saskatchewan.
Moving right along. Dug-a-dum, dug-a-dum. You take it. You know best.
Hey, I've never seen the sun come up in the west. Ah, in his natural habitat. A Studebaker.
Hey, Fozzie, look up ahead.
What is that?
Maybe we should give him a ride.
I don't know. He's pretty big. Hey there, wanna lift?
Oh, no thanks. I'm on my way to New York City to try to break into public television.
Ah. Good luck. Moving right along, way to the birds of a feather. We're in this together,
And we know where we're going.
movie stars with flashy cars and lights with the top down.
We're storming the big town.
Yeah, storm is right. Should it be snowing?
No, I don't think so.
Moving right along.
Footloose and fancy free.
You ready for the big time?
Is it ready for me?
Moving right along. Moving right along. Moving right along. Moving right along.
Whoa! If that blew your mind, then stick around, because we got...
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I've got to beware. It's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. The strangers come into our wood. We'd understand them if only we could. But what's the reason that they can give for not wanting you and me to live? It's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Forest echoes silent woes, a million years of bucks and does passed silently before today. Can we all live our own way? We better stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Hey, what'd you get? Oh, I shot me a motorcycle. I got me a tractor. Well, I wounded me the biggest cement truck you ever saw.
Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, like Miss Angela Smolky, she says, I miss shows like this. Well, you won't have to miss them for long because I've been felted so bad. I've been felted by the internet so much, just completely destroyed, completely 100% felt. Now I'm a puppet. I'm a Muppet. We're going full felt. We're a Muppet channel now. 10,000 years of Muppet channel. That's what we're doing. Going full Muppet all the time. Look, there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot that's going on. A lot of people think that they can keep the old Koala King down, but his heart is full of love, and exploration. And so, look, since I got felted so badly, right, that I became a Muppet channel, fate has stitched me to it's just stitched me to this particular bit of green and fuzzy madness. So let's do it properly, right? Let's do it properly. Because behind the Muppets, what are you doing? What are you doing here, Lee? What are you doing here? You're trying to ad-lib a script from crudely handwritten notes like 10 minutes before the stream goes on. At least write yourself a proper script, Liam. What are you doing? Yeah, let me try again. Because behind the Muppet Show and behind the movies, everybody remembers, there's like a bunch of half-buried kingdoms of specials, pilots, television appearances, foreign DVDs, and strange VHS releases you guys have probably never heard of or don't know about. Broadcasts that were only seen once and then just vanished to time. Some survive in collectors' cupboards, others are trapped on discs nobody thought to catalog. Some are whispered about in old forum posts like treasure maps drawn by lunatics. How you doing? How you guys doing? So that's the quest. That's what we're doing today, guys. Let me, I should probably bring this up over here. Hold on. Let me look. We're going to Indiana Jones this thing because I've found something. I've stumbled upon something far more interesting than everything else, guys. I have. Anyway, so that's of course we're going to go looking for them. Right, not metaphorically. We're going to go into old listings, dead forums, Portuguese video shops, and I'm putting a shout out to the men of war, the Portuguese men of war that fill my chat and litter our beaches with deadly stings. I need someone from Portugal. That's who I need to complete this quest. So if you know anyone, that's our next step. Okay, just a little bit of a spoiler, right? Library catalogs, forgotten tape collections, and whatever other dark little holes the Muppets have crawled into over the last 70 fucking years. So if anyone's felt a little lost out there, we're going to find it, okay? If you remember anything that we might not be able to find now, you're thinking like, what's this you're reaching for, Liam? What's this? What is that? We'll get to it in a little bit. Let's find out what the chat's saying. First up, we have Dennis Rodriguez. He says, hail. Hey, how you doing? Hello. Angel says, good morning. Bullet's here. Good to see you. He's got the boomerang and the koala and the crown. We're all we're going good. Oi says, Oni, welcome. Got a little bit of flute happening here. Oni's being a rock star. 70s bass tone. Bit of, clapping urgency. Yeah, hey, Liam, let's get felted. Yeah, I mean, sure. That's what I'm doing now. This is my time off, so let's use it doing nerdy research into Muppet stuff. Wait until you find out what I found. You guys are going to be embarrassed for me. Our current generation is screwed, Angela. They don't have heart, no sincerity. Yeah, Muppets, a heart of felt. Yeah, you'll felt it in your heart. Tim Curry got his heart broken by Miss Piggy. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, boomerang and hat and knife. Yeah. Oh, God, I should make myself a Muppet. I should stream as a Muppet with a knife. That's what I should do. Okay, guys. Let's get to the detective work here, though, okay? Let me switch you over to here. I've got to show you guys something. So first up, everyone from Portugal, if you know anyone from Portugal, we're putting the call out. Belted stream. Oh, you're right. This is what we're looking for. Speaking of Miss Piggy, this is what we're hunting for. This is at Adventurous dos Mariatus. I've got no idea, right? Plantino Jr. I think this is just the Muppet movie, right? Nothing flash, just a bit of different. In fact, I don't even know if the sign has changed. I think it's just a different title here. But you probably, if you're a Muppet fan, you've probably seen this poster around. It was a bit of the artwork created for the original movie. Just fantastic. But what we're actually after is this. This here. Os Meritus M. Hollywood. Right? Or however the hell you meant to say it. So this is a rare special that aired on CBS in just before the movie aired. 1 minute. I'll find out if by going up here or over here. Nope. I'll have to go all the way up here to find out what it was. Hold on. 1 moment. So where is it? Where is it? So yeah, so this was done in 2003 by New Age Entertainment. It's the Portuguese DVD. And what it contains is a special called The Muppets Go to Hollywood, which was released solely and completely on this one DVD in Portugal. It's the only place it was released in the whole world. Now, it is the English, even though this is an English on the DVD case, it is English inside the DVD. So I can still watch it. And more importantly, preserve it. But like, how did this happen, right? Like, how did this happen? How did the old Koala King stumble upon Muppet media on DVD that he doesn't already have? Well, it just goes to show that AI is not reliable, because I asked over and over again for an extensive list of everything that the Creatures Workshop has worked on. I asked multiple times. I said, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" multiple times, and it didn't give me any of this stuff, right? But today, while I was going through a listing, looking up the Norm Macdonald show, I've forgotten the name of the Norm Macdonald show, for where he was a news reporter. You know what I mean? It was a sitcom before he did the Norm show, or just after. No, it was before he did the Norm show, I think. Anyway, so I looked that up. Stuart Hooper or something like that. I can't remember. Something with Hooper. Anyway, so I was looking that up to get a DVD copy of it in a fan format, right? In a fan format. And while I was there, I don't normally buy bootlegs, but there are certain things I know will never get a physical media release, and I want to have them. And it was one of them. So when I'd finished looking that up and considering whether or not I trusted a stranger with my financials, I just typed in Muppets just to see what was there. And this was one of the things that was listed. And I immediately looked and went, wait a minute. I don't know Muppets Go to Hollywood. What's this? And so it's a short made-for-TV special that was made to promote the film. So I started digging into it. I started looking into it. And I found out that it had an official DVD release. That's not the one that's on this website. The one that's on this website is taped from television, so it's lower quality. So then I found out that essentially this, let me zoom out for you guys. This here is rare as shit. To the fact that there are no eBay listings, there are no anything. Now, of course, that makes me want it more, but especially because it's linked to the first Muppet movie, which I love. It's one of my favorite films. You know, life's like a movie. Write your own ending. Keep believing. Keep pretending. You know, you guys know the song. It's beautiful, inspiring. And, you know, just a great song, just overall a great song and a great message for all creative people. Jim Henson has always been sort of a hero of mine. he was able to create joy and happiness, and all I'm able to create is just misery and despair and hatred. So, you know, yeah. Anyway, so I have a little existential crisis there. But in all seriousness, right? I went, okay, so what's going on with this? Now, I don't believe, based off what I've been able to gather so far, right, that this was a rare DVD. I think that it was probably not all that uncommon. I strongly suspect that if you were to delve into collections where it's like 30 assorted DVDs from Portugal, kids DVDs that they're selling on YouTube Marketplace, on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that, you'd probably be able to find a copy of it, because no one knows that it has this one segment on it. But as it turns out, the Muppet community did and does. So I'm going to go over that with you guys a little bit. I haven't read it yet. This is my time off. I'm having a little bit of a break. And see if we can find any leads. Because I've exhausted all of mine. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to get here on stream. Lobo's normally really good at this kind of stuff. But I'll just ask all you guys. If you know anyone in Portugal, if you know anyone who could help, if you can speak whatever language they speak in Portugal. Is it Portuguese? I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know. I'm just a tiny little felt koala man. But I want to get this DVD for my collection to continue to complete the largest Jim Henson and most comprehensive physical library of Jim Henson's work that I can. That's what I want to do. That's what we're going to do now. While all of these other people fight and crap, I don't think I'm even going to do comic books anymore. I think I'm going to release my comic books, and I think I'm just going to do Muppets all the time now. People can cry over that. I'll get these last 2 books out, and I think I'm just going to do Muppet stuff. I'll do all of my writing anonymously. I don't know. I'm just saying that off the cuff. But I'm only going to do the things that make me happy. I'm only going to do the things that make me happy. And it's impossible to find reliable artists. And if you do, they're already hooked up to big companies, so can only work with you through big companies. And everyone in the indies just seems to want to fucking string me by the rope and destroy me. So I'm just going to focus on my hobbies, I think. I don't know. I was infinitely more interested in researching all of this stuff than slogging through my work, but I suppose everyone has days like that. You're just slogging through. But yeah, it's just a lot of nonsense, isn't it? All the time. But we're going to stay focused and positive on the positive things. And let's see what's going on over here. And we do know a puppet maker. Yeah. Have to throw him some dollary dues and then become Puppet Liam and just be Puppet Liam forever. That'll be fun. Where are we? I remember that movie poster, yeah. So the physical only exists in Portuguese, correct. Though it does have an English audio track on it, okay? So it was released in 2003 in Portugal. For some reason, the version that was released before it and after it have different special features. You need the What's Not app. I don't know what that is. Lost Media, baby. SNL. Saturday Night Live. AI will probably know that it's been brought up. It has to be fed information and trained to replace us. Yeah, I know, man. Let's see. AI's pretty good at research, but there will always be things missing. It's not unusual for people either. Of course. And while it's true I'm disparaging AI, I did sort of try to get a comprehensive list of what there are. We're going to go into what's missing anyway. I don't want to sort of hop on. Let's get through the chat. Yeah. You're not creating the misery and hatred. You're not creating joy. You're not creating the misery and hatred. You're creating joy right now. Exactly. I just want to, I want to make fun, happy stuff. I didn't do this to cause misery and suffering and fucking just degenerate shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not spending my life doing that. You know? They said comics will break your heart, kid. And I mean, I guess so. Right? I guess so. The Portuguese, yes. Now, keep doing comics and sell them to us, not let others lose. Yeah, I probably will. I'm just having a sulk. I'm just being sad, guys. Not really, but I'm just like, every day it's something else. It's just fucking, just so lame. Sorry for swearing. If I'm going to be a Muppet channel, I've got to work on that. I can't be a foul-mouthed Muppet channel. I can't be the foul-mouthed Australian koala Muppet. I've got to be an elegant, nice guy who can eventually talk to people that are normal. You know, that's what I got to do. Be normal Liam on YouTube instead of like adversarial, pissed off at everyone because he's been dealing with 7 years of shit for every single day, Liam. You know? What happened to Liam? He went Muppets. That's right. I saw a Reddit post that has someone also trying to find the DVD. I've got it logged up. We're going to go through it together. So, you know, I'm slogging too. I know, my friend. Keep it up. Keep it up. You'll do just fine. You don't have a whole bunch of people that hate your guts and some sort of weird mind virus following you around like you're some fucking, you know, Superman from 1970s. Oh, who's the villain this week? Oh, it's a mind virus. The DVD has never showed up in online listings, and so far I've only been able to track 2 libraries in Portugal, one in Sheaves and one in Portland, Delega. Now, I would not be above, because I am a criminal Australian koala man. I would not be above someone in one of those 2 towns going and borrowing the DVD from the library and then mailing it to me. And then I'll pay your late fees and give you a handsome little finder's fee. I'll pay for the late fees. But the problem with getting it from a library is it's going to have those lame little stickers all over it, and who knows the quality it's in. We want this to be in the best quality possible, so when they dig up my sarcophagus and find all of this stuff, they have a chance of preserving it somewhat. Now, they say there's disc rot, but they also say that cartridges weren't meant to last and people can still plug them into their Nintendo. So I want to believe they can survive. Yeah. It's true. I don't have retard Voltron after me. This is exactly right. I can't click that link, but I need to be able to. Liam now has to teach a life lesson each stream. Okay. All right. I'll start that next episode, okay? I want to see this link that Samba's sharing me. But I think... Oni. It's not Samba. I think I'm streaming in the wrong time zone for Samba Go-Go. Or he's just not going to put up with my Muppet bullshit. Yeah. Turn that off. Let me follow this. I think that's the Reddit that I am reading. Yeah, don't worry about that. I've got this all loaded up. I'm going to be a YouTuber. And I'm going... Yeah, it was 4 years ago. Exactly. So my chances of finding it are even slimmer, okay? Because the other people in the physical media community, they're going to probably have already found it and drained all copies out, right? So... We're slow to the game, guys. But we're gonna make it happen. The Reddit post was 4 years ago, okay? So let's catch up on what's going on. Need help finding the DVD. In 2003, a DVD release of As Adventurous dos Maretos aka the Muppet movie, in Portugal included the hard-to-find 1979 special The Muppets Go to Hollywood. As featured, yes, it can be found in dirty VHS or compressed off-air quality online, but this is the only DVD release it's ever had in the world. This DVD has never shown up online in online listings, and so far, I've only been able to track it to libraries in Portugal, one in Chaves, and one in Ponta Delgada. Delgada, Ponta Delgada. That sounds better. That being said, it's very close to being lost. If anyone has a copy of the DVD they can share, or live close to those locations and can help us rip the copy of the DVD from the library, let me know. See, he's a better man than me. I'd be like, steal it, send it to me, and I'll pay you library fees. In fact, that's exactly what I did do. I want that thing. Right now, I was also looking for the Weird Science thing. Guys, all of my efforts to locate the Weird Science TV series have all burned out, are all run out. And now the only place I can find it is it's been split into 4 copies of instead of a single disc set. They've broken it into 4 sets, and it's in a library in Victoria, which is ridiculous. So my chances of getting that are also probably going to have to be, can I join your library? Here you go. Can I rent out this? Yeah. And then leave. And then call them and say, oh, yeah, I moved and I still have your DVD. How much do I pay in late fees? That's my play. That's my sneaky little play. I hope that it's not a federal crime. It probably is. I'm probably a bad little fella. But trust me, it in my storage where it can be archived and recorded is better off than being in a library where it'll just be sucked on by some toddler and destroyed. Especially when stuff's this rare, you can't replace it. But anyway, so then he posts it just here in the thing. Let's see what folks have had to say. We've got 8 likes, no comments, okay? That's not the end of the story, though. That's not the end of the story. There's more. I thought that this would be a little more interesting. I thought there might be comments. So what we need is we need boots on the ground in Portugal, guys. We need boots on the ground in Portugal. That's what we need. So who's going to be my Portugal guy? I know that I have 9 backers, I think, from Portugal back in the day. Maybe they're from Puerto Rico. I can't remember. But we've got to get to the bottom of this. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what the things. It belongs in Liam's museum. It's true. For years. 3DS carts also fail over time. What's that? Hope you're doing well, man. You too, Matty Ice. Do you know anyone in Portugal? We currently have a heist going down. I need someone to help me with my heist. So 4 years ago. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the other one. I've shared the lost media before. I want to get to that one. So it looks like I might have to get a Reddit. Here we go. I might have to get a Reddit account. I've already got a Reddit account. It's like a moderator on PewDiePie's subreddit. But I never use it for anything. Never use it for anything. I only logged in like 3 times. So I'll have to boot that up again. Here goes. Partially locked Portugal Muppets DVD. There's going to be a bit of repeat in this, I'm sure. In 2003, a DVD was released of the Muppets movie in Portugal, included the elusive 1979 TV special, The Muppets Go to Hollywood, as a bonus feature. Yes, can be found, blah, blah, blah. It's all there. Here we go. This isn't the first time a hard-to-find foreign DVD had the rare Muppet specials. Oh, I didn't know that. The Muppets Go to the Movies was found on an Israeli DVD. And the Fantastic Miss Piggy show has been found on another Portuguese. Okay, guys, I'm going to need you guys to help me with this, okay? So I'm going to copy and paste this in the chat. We're on a mission now. We're on a mission. I'm going to go to my Discord if you guys are there. Hold on. And I'm going to go over here real quick. I'm going to make a Muppets Discord for us so we can do our Muppet hunting. Here, let's see what we do. Have a bit of fun here. Have a bit of fun. Okay, over here. Go to the lounge. Where's lounge? Yeah, community. Muppet Hunt. There we go. It's a public channel. All are welcome. Now I'm dropping the dialogue in here. That didn't work. Why'd it take me to rules? I'm not allowed to make my own. There it is. Move it up. Move it up to the top. We're going to get active, guys. I need you guys. So here we go. I'll just post this here. And I'll post it in the chat over here. And so the goal is to find out what's of these obscure things have only been released on foreign DVDs and are otherwise unobtainable. So it looks like Muppets Go to the Movies was on an Israeli DVD. I wish he said which one. And the Fantastic Miss Piggy Show, I was trying to find that too, actually, so I didn't know it had been released. But it was on another Portugal DVD bonus feature. With what thing, I wonder? These are rare non-US released. It seemed quite common, and all of them came out before Disney bought the Muppets, which, again, we'll see nothing more from them. They're not even going to release season 4 of the Muppet Show, right? So Disney is, like, useless. They're not going to help. If anyone knows anything that could help us get a hold of this DVD, whether they can travel to the library to rip it, please let me know. So it's got 99 likes. No comments. Oh, yeah, just that one quality vote from 4 years ago. What a waste. Okay. Where are my Portugales? Is that what they call them? Was that racist? Oh, man. We got our boy Oni slamming stuff out like a champ, and I've got to go over to my own chat each time to... I wish you could follow links through these website things. You know what I mean? Like, I wish there was some way I could, like, hold a button or something, and it would load up the links. But the way it works is I have to go to the other stream, right? I have to go to the other stream. Mute myself. One moment, guys. I'll check with the chat in just a minute. I'm just... Oh, he's found something. He's onto something. If we've got a barcode, is that what the registration ID is? If we've got a barcode, I might be able to find this easier. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me see what the chat's saying. We're doing it, guys. Hey, go post that link, Samba, in the Muppet Hunt Discord section. That's valuable. We'll need that for later. Oh, it's a DVD bonus. That's what I'm talking about. I found a library that has the metadata from the DVD thing. It has a barcode, a number or two. I don't know the language, though. The language doesn't matter. The language doesn't matter because both languages are on the thing. If we have the barcode, I can begin doing deep searches on that. I can use my my tippity-tappity finger powers to begin searching databases here in Australia. We're not going to have anything, but it merits a search. If we've got that barcode, that's a big move in the right direction. That's a big win. So gold star to Sambagogo. Gold star. Why do I keep calling Oni Sambagogo? Big fucking call. A big shot to big shout out to Oni64. And next time, Sambagogo is going to show up, and I'm going to start calling him fucking Oni64 all the time. That's the way it works for me. You ever see the Muppet 3D show? It's incredible. I never have. No, I actually never have. I don't know if there's a copy of that anywhere. I've watched little bits of it in clips on YouTube, but it's always like stuff that people film secretly. If you care to join me, Little Movie Perp, you're welcome to, but we're just talking silly Muppet stuff right now. Portuguese. Is Liam the Muppet Hunter or a Muppet Hunter? All right, so let's see what else we've got here. We'll bring this guy over here. Bear with me a minute. We'll go through the other things that haven't been released by the looks of it. Also, it would help if someone found the person who was responsible for... we need to start organizing, you know what I mean? If one of you guys could find out who was responsible for making the tweet, not the tweet, the Reddit post. Where is it? Where is what I'm looking for? I didn't close it, did I? No, it's there. Where is it? Where's the... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. All right. So if you guys could, yeah, the Muppet Kang. That's right. That's right. So what we're looking for now, if my detectives are out there, my crack team. Let me close some windows down. I'll leave my own window up. I'll give myself an extra viewer like all my haters do. So that I can get to the links. So I can get to the links you guys are sending me as they come through. Any links you've got, just drop them in the Muppet Hunt. Oh, Angel's got something for us too. What's this? Is this the stuff that has the missing things on it? Or is it just a good deal? I'll leave it for now. We'll get back to it in just a minute, guys. Right. So, where are you? Over here. Muppets missing from Disney Plus. This is our Muppets from 6 months ago. It's worth the occasional reminder that there's still quite a few Muppet productions still not on Disney Plus, despite Disney ostensibly owning the rights to them. It's also worth the occasional reminder that Disney Plus has a request to show feature with the link provided. Here is a non-comprehensive list of Disney shows really should be put onto streaming. Muppets Go to Hollywood. That's what we're looking for. The Fantastic Miss Piggy Show. The Muppets Go to the Movies. I don't know if I've seen the Muppets Go to the Movies. I don't know what that is. I'm going to start looking on YouTube for these things too. In fact, I might play the Muppets Go to Hollywood on my video, on this video for you guys to watch, so that I'm copyright struck, so that I can then contest the copyright strike and talk to the rights holders, because that's how I ended up getting in contact with Stan Lee. Well, not Stan Lee, but Stan Lee's estate, the Chinese. A whole bunch of my haters, like SJW, Captain America, his name was, flagged the crap out of my channel for a joke Tobor was making to help promote Bancroft's book. And they struck me down, and I lost my channel. But then I activated my lawyer card and went back and we talked to them and we became friends. So now I'm friends with the Stan Lee estate, and they removed everything. We're all good. But that's a path. There's a direct path of communication I can get directly with whoever's dealing with the rights. But it's going to be the Disney people, presumably. So we're rolling the dice here. I might be a Muppet channel for all of one show, guys. I've already promoted stealing from a public library, and now intentional playing of content to deliberately get flagged so that I can have an open line of communication with the rights holders at Disney. Ain't I a stinker? Let's get on with it. John Denver and the Muppets Christmas Together. See, all of my shit is packed in boxes. This is annoying because I don't know which one I have. John Denver and the Rocky Mountain Holiday. I thought there was only one John Denver special. Apparently there are two. The Muppets celebrating 30 years. That's the one I want. You know that clip that I played in the beginning? You know, what's happening here? Childhood memories. And that's from the silver anniversary special on VHS from Muppets 30-year celebration. I want to say, Muppet Family Christmas definitely does have a, well, it has a DVD release. Maybe it doesn't have it's not on the streaming. Muppets at Walt Disney World don't have that one, and that's a crime that it's not on Disney's streaming service. That seems dumb. The Muppets Celebrate Jim Henson. I don't know about that either. Muppet Classic Theater. Muppets Tonight. That's a big one. That's a full show with like over 50 episodes, if I recall. That's the one with that's the 90s Muppet show. Liam putting his wealth behind his effort. Liam being dumb. Cervix Hammer said, just popped in. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm all right. I'm just focused on Muppets now. I done got felted into being a Muppet channel. I'm just laughing at life and trying to find something I love and something I can enjoy doing that's not going to be able to be ruined by anyone else. I figured if we can find this DVD, that's like a fun thing we can all do together. I just got to find someone that's near Portugal or is from Portugal. The internet's a big place. There's got to be a way we can do it. Surely I can find a shady character that is willing to steal from a public library for me. Certainly. Or maybe we can find it another way. But it's already good. We've begun this hunt, and we found out that there's 2 other things that have been released, like in other countries. So it makes me wonder what else. Oz Extended Edition and Letters to Santa. That's definitely done. Both of those have physical media releases. Didn't mention Muppet Babies here. Obviously, submitting a show request doesn't guarantee anything, but at the very least, a desire for more Muppet content would be nice. It never hurts to ask. I had originally and intentionally left some shows off this list, mostly because I knew they had rights conflicts. For example, I left out Muppets from Space, Muppets Take Manhattan, and it's a very merry Muppet Christmas movie because I know pretty much for a fact that Disney does not have distribution rights for those films. Interesting. I left off the original Muppet Babies because they used too many clips that are licensed and became a licensing nightmare. Okay, this person's a smart person. It's almost like you can't just infinitely take clips from things. You know, you get yourself in trouble. My goal here was to encourage people to show Disney that they want more Muppet content and to give them a proper avenue in which to do it rather than discuss rights issues. I agree. The rights issues are irrelevant. What matters is preserving the entertainment and media Jim Henson has made. Below are some of the prominent shows left off my original list for other Redditors that brought it up. Muppets from Space, Muppets Take Manhattan. It's a very merry Muppet Christmas movie. Muppet Babies 1984. Studio DC Almost Alive. I've got that. It's garbage. It's the worst Muppet thing I've ever seen. If you were to say, like, what's the shittiest Muppet thing you've ever seen, someone might think of, like, a bad episode of Sesame Street. No. It's fucking Studio DC Almost Alive. Atrocious. Kermit Swamp Years. Didn't really enjoy that much either. The Great Santa Claus Switch. I don't know that one. I did know about Tales of Tinker D, but I don't own it. Muppet Musicians of Bremen. I do know that, but it's difficult to get. It's about a donkey and stuff, if I recall. I think it's only out of VHS. Hey Cinderella. Don't know about that one. That's one to look into. The Frog Prince. Not sure I remember, but that's a classic story. The Muppets Valentine Show. I don't own that. The Muppet Show Sex and Violence. I believe that is a special that is featured on at least the Australian first disc of the Muppet Show, season 1, as a bonus feature, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I believe I have that. I can't check. Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree. Elle loves that. I don't really enjoy it that much, but Elle absolutely adores it. And Tale of the Bunny Picnic. I'm not sure I know that one either. Let's see what the chat's saying. But first, let's see what you guys are saying. Liam, if you want something to read, the Songs of Chaos novels should be a fun distraction for you. I'm actually in the process of reading Dark Future by JMD. So he sent me that over in PDF, and I've been reading about a page of that a day, sometimes 2 or 3 pages. Perp says you're looking for the Marvel. Oh, Crazy Joe, do you want a link to join me? And we're okay. This guy's an actual Muppet fan. Liam, you need Laserdisc. Those things don't won't work well. No. Okay, let me show you. This is a guy that'll understand. So we're not just looking for the Muppet movie. We're looking for the Portuguese Muppet movie. This one here. Okay? Because what it's got, if I can find where I shared it here. No, that's not it. Get out of here. This can go here. What it's got, it has the bonus extra, The Muppets Go to Hollywood. And this is an official DVD release. It's got English dialogue. And we're trying to find it. But it was only released in Portugal. Yeah, Angela found... Yeah, look at this here. This is what we're looking for. Now, this, I spoke to the guy. This is a bootleg, not the official thing that we're looking for. I want an official thing because I'm that way inclined. But this is the this is a bootleg. This is the bootleg that I found that let me know about these other things, right? From 1979. It's a 1-hour special. Kermit throws a glamorous party at the Coconut Grove nightclub to celebrate the premiere of the Muppets' first feature film. The Muppets movie host Dick Van Dyke and Rita Moreno, they interview a wide array of celebrities and the Muppets who attend the event. Gary Owen serves off-camera announcer and appears on screen to introduce Miss Piggy. So this led me on my hunt. But this here, the version that this guy has, is ripped from television. It's not ripped from the DVD, so it would be of lower quality. You're at the office, so you can't join right now. No, but that's good. It's good to have someone else. Yeah. Yeah, it was a TV special, right? But it's rare. And so what we're trying to do now is going on this hunt, we've learned that there are at least three unreleased, in parentheses, pieces of Muppet media that have appeared on foreign Muppet DVDs as bonus specials, but they haven't appeared anywhere else. Now, we know I'm not going to, bring the wrath of Disney down upon me, at least not yet. But we know that Disney has no plans to release future Muppet stuff in physical media. It's not a priority. Even with the overwhelming success of their latest 2026 special, and everyone going, oh my God, that's so great, they should make more, it's still not going to be enough for Disney to delve back into the realm of physical media. Especially when stuff like their classic Saturday morning lineups are selling for hundreds of dollars and only have a DVD release, don't even have Blu-ray releases. There's just no way they're going to do that. They want everyone on their streaming services. But the problem with the streaming services, as we all well know, is that means everything, they can all disappear. So, what? No! We were just joking about Tim Curry just like 10 minutes ago. Oh, man. You know what he was really good in that he never gets any praise for? Captain Hook on the Fox version of Peter Pan, which is also basically lost media. I think you can get like the first 3 or 4 episodes of it. But he was a great Hook on that, and that was a great Pan series. I wish I had it. I wish it had a release. But that's sad. He was a great actor. I remember him on everything. He even did like weird little roles, like on the Lex. He was a character on the Lex in season 1. Very interesting. Very interesting character. You could tell he was a very intelligent man. I know at the end he was really riddled with a lot of health issues, which is a shame. Real shame. So I hope he went peacefully. Or dramatically. He'd probably prefer that. Disney always does the opposite of what everyone wants. Exactly, right? It's like... It's interesting because it creates this robust their vault model creates this robust collecting culture around their physical media and their stuff, right? Like there are pins. There are people that just collect Disney pins and they cost a fortune. And I'm not any different. Look, there are people that are like begging me to re-release Xenotype and all this other stuff. And they're like, it's $360 on the secondary market now. And I'm like, yeah, buy it from someone who bought it. But you know, like that's how I've been. I'm like, I'll do a re-release when I do the other thing. So I get it. I want people to feel that they've got value in their investment. So I understand what Disney's doing. But I feel that it's a great deal of control. Too much control. Too much control over their stuff. You should be able to buy a film and watch it. And maybe we were spoiled. Maybe all of that's going to change. Look, people want to drive around in fancy cars now and they just lease them, right? I was over in Jersey and my missus's brother, was like, had this big fucking beautiful Jeep. And I was like, how the fuck did you afford that, man? Like, how you doing that? He said, oh, you just lease it and then you just trade it out every few years. That was such a foreign concept to me, someone from Australia. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Over here, people having mobile plans used to be like something you'd be like, what? You'd have a phone plan for your house. But the idea that you'd get a whiz-bang new iPhone and you'd just pay a little bit each month. Nah, you wouldn't do that. Most of us, for many, many years, used what was called prepaid, where you would buy your phone credit ahead of time and you'd buy your data and you'd put it into your phone and it'd give you that for a month. And when you ran out, you'd buy more. And you barely ever ran out because we had good rates. But then they started locking everyone into contracts. And it's at the point now where you basically can't even buy a prepaid phone and no one really sells credit for them anymore. I mean, you can if you really jump through hoops, but it just changed. The culture changed. We went from people who own things to people who rent things. Even gaming, right? Even gaming. I'm not a big gamer. You guys saw how long I lasted on Baldur's Gate, right? Maybe I shouldn't have cranked it all the way to maximum difficulty and tried to steal from the first woman I saw. But those are lessons that we learned at the end of a guided bolt, okay? People don't own the games they play. They don't have physical games. Like, they don't have cartridges. Like, right now, I can go down to Kohl's or not to Kohl's. I can go down to like Big W or Target, Kmart, and I can buy a Nintendo Switch game, and it's completely empty. It's just a download code inside a box. It's just a novelty, really. I could literally go on the Switch and buy the exact same thing by just going through their online store. I just wouldn't have the empty box. There's no cartridge that goes with it or anything. There's no actual game. And people buy these. People pay for these things. They're happy to do so. And maybe you're one of those people, and that's fine. But I'm driving down to Grafton, and I got the girls in the back seat, okay? Now, once upon a time, in the old man days, I could have given them a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy or a PSP or any of that shit. I don't know about PSP. I didn't own one, actually, but I think you can play these offline. And you plug your game in, and the kids would sit in the back of the car, and while you're driving through the mountains, desperately trying to avoid hurdling kangaroos and deadly drop bears and the various other perils that will try to drive you off the side of a fucking cliff, your children would sit quietly in the back seat. Maybe you'd hear the occasional bing, bing, wahoo. But you just say, turn it down. I'm trying to focus on the road. Yeah. But we were driving down, and I had the girls in the back. And their phones ran out of reception. teenage girls. They started going through withdrawals, you know, like immediately they went pale, they started to shake. They didn't have the Wi-Fi, so it's like a fish out of water, right? They'd never experienced such terror before. Never before in their life, you know. So I said, just play the DS. I play the Switch, you know. DS is another one that works offline. It's the one I remember better, actually. And so I grabbed the old Switch out of the thing. I tossed it into the back. The kids got it. They couldn't play the fucking thing because you've got to verify online to be able to log into the fucking thing to play it. So if you're out bush, like me, being the old koala dad, doing what you're doing, all you've got is a slab of useless fucking technology. You can kind of use it as a light if you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere and yowies are trying to fucking scratch through your windows and shit. You might be able to like blind them with the screen, but it's not even that bright. It's pretty fucking useless. So no internet connection, no bueno. Fuck you. And I'm just like, that sucks. And it made me think like, okay, so what happens when this goes the way of the Wii U? See, I had a Wii U, right? I had a Wii U because I'm such a boomer. I'm such a technological invalid that by the time the Wii fad had passed, I was working like a fucking dog all the time. That's how I have what I have, by the way. You know, it's called hard work. No shortcuts, guys. The closest thing you're going to get to a shortcut is a guy trying to steal you a Muppet DVD from Portugal, from the public library. That's the best shortcut you're going to find around here. So basically, I was like, all right, well, I'll play this bowling thing. I'll test out all of this Wii stuff that everyone's talking about. And I went and I bought a Wii. I brought it home. I sat it down. I turned it on. I was like, how do I do the motion controls? What do I do? My little brother called me a bundle of sticks and an idiot and said, that's a completely different console. I said, it's the Wii. He says, it's the Wii U. I said, yeah, it's the good Wii. It's the better Wii. No, it's completely different. What the fuck do you mean it's completely different? Well, it's completely different. Just named the same. And I was like, Wii me, Wii U. But that wasn't the end of me being fucked by the Wii. See, as time went on, Nintendo decided that they weren't going to support the Wii anymore. And they weren't going to support the Wii U anymore shortly after that. So they cut all their services off. So here's the thing though, right? You can't update your fucking console and you can't go online with the fucking thing and you can't play the games with the thing. So all of the games that you bought, everything you fucking did on it, I've got to stop swearing here. All of that, completely useless. You got a big black fucking brick sitting there doing sweet fuck all. And in the end, I think I threw it out. I don't think I even have it anymore. I think I literally, and I don't do that. You know me, I'm a notorious hoarder. I didn't like put it neatly in its box with everything else and set it aside. I went, well, I can't use it anymore. I can't log into anything. I can't do anything. It can't verify anything because it can't connect to the internet anymore because they've cut the internet off the fucking device. So when Nintendo inevitably does that again with the Switch, everything you've bought, everything you've got, useless. And Nintendo was never like that. One of the cool things was in the DS, they were so cool with backwards compatibility that you could play your fucking Game Boy Advance games on the DS. And there are even some cool games like Mega Man X, which is like my favorite fucking thing besides Shinobi 3. Mega Man Zero, I should say. Mega Man X is alright, but Mega Man Zero, you could plug in your old game cartridges from your Game Boy Advance game while you were playing the new DS version, and it'd unlock extra bosses, extra levels. You could play in that old game. It'd be updated and stuff. But like, that's awesome. But my younger friends, my younger hip gamer friends, who I was babysitting, were like, well, that's just DLC. That'd have to be on the game and you'd have to buy this other thing to have it. And that's predatory. And I'm like, I just thought it was a cool reward for me being a fan. But there's a sense of entitlement with modern audience that seems to go hand in hand with them surrendering their own rights. Not only do they feel entitled to everything that everyone has, so that everything's this communistic level battlefield, this illusion of balance that doesn't happen in nature or in anything designed by man, perhaps math. But also, they'll turn around and rent everything they own. They'll give everything to the government. They'll give everything to these mega corporations, and they're literally just living check to check, and they're not saving. And they're, instead of getting a mortgage and paying a mortgage, they're paying rent. And if this is you, I'm sorry, but you're being taken advantage of. Because let me assure you that the people that are paying their mortgage are paying less than your rent, probably by a significant margin. That's the nature of this. That's why we went into real estate. When I was like, well, it looks like my comic book career has been completely fucking destroyed, barring this and this, and it's only a matter of time before people find that out. Where am I going to put my money? What can we do? Well, I'll put it into beef. I'll put my money into beef because everyone's always got to eat, and I love meat. I'm also repenting for my vegan days. And we're going to buy houses, and we'll rent them to people because that's what people want to do. We'll just rent stuff out. Make a mint. Make a mint. Make way more than you'd ever do doing crowdfunding and stuff. But yeah, so like it just seems like people are trapped in this situation, and I want them to be aware of it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's none of my business because we're here to talk about Muppets or something. Have I bored everyone away? I bored everyone away? Where are we? Let's see back. Let's get back to the chat and find out what's going on with the Muppet Show now. I've had my little rant. But yeah, they always do the opposite of what everyone wants. It's true. I was looking at Muppet stuff, and it popped up that he passed. Yeah, that's sad. I saw Curry on Broadway, Monty Python's Spam-A-Lot. Oh, nice. Nice. Monty Python's great too. Completely overlooked. He was a good actor. He was a great actor. These things come in threes. Dolly Parton, Tim Curry, the Lex. Yeah. You nominate Trump for 3? You think Trump's going to die? No, I don't. I think they've tried to put a bullet in him like twice now. I don't think he's going anywhere. You know? You will own nothing and you will be happy. Yeah, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's cool. Yeah, leases, and if you go over on the mileage, you have to pay more. Yeah, Switch games are fake like that, yeah. I still need Don't Eat the Pictures on DVD. What's Don't Eat the Pictures? Don't Eat the Pictures. Let's have a look. Okay, guys, bear with me. Although, I think that I've run out of time. I think I'm nearly out of time for today's episode. So let's find out. Don't Eat the Pictures DVD. That's Sesame Street? Please Don't Eat My Mother. What the fuck is that? That looks like it's something. Something weird. Please Don't Eat My Mother. Come on. Oh, my computer's dying. I'm going to have to replace my computer. I'm going to have to buy a new computer. How will I do it without all the super chats? How will I do it? Pretty Young Ladies Make the Perfect Plant Food. Please Don't Eat My Mother Special Edition. Okay, 1 minute. I'll share this with you guys for just a minute. We're meant to be talking about Muppets, but it's okay. We can talk about Please Don't Eat My Mother. Okay. I can't read. Oh, I can. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, one. Henry Fudd, an average mama's boy and a part-time peeping Tom, is a proud owner of a very peculiar plant he keeps locked in his bedroom, named Adam and Eve, and looking like an overgrown Venus flytrap with a giant mouthful of razor-sharp teeth. The plant not only talks, but eats humans, especially the sexy centerfold kind. And as the passionate people eaters grow, so too do their appetites until Henry, who is inexplicably in love with the female plant, is for. Why have I never seen this? Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta watch Please Don't Eat My Mother. What the fuck? What is this? What is this? This is glorious. Maybe I'll buy that. But okay, let's see. Stream is all digital. Yeah. Go to the comment section for any PlayStation video, and it's filled with people flaming them for discontinuing physical media. Well, that's great, but what are people going to do about it? We need a new wave of people. I need to build a new Comicsgate, stronger, better, faster, one that defends physical media and people's rights to own things. Rise up, my felted friends. And we will fight for physical media now. How's that? How's that? Oh, can you imagine the hatred that I will call? But no, yeah, people should be looking to own things. Like the surrender to streaming is surrender. Look, I know I'm being a goofball and everything, but surrendering everything to streaming and pursuing convenience, which is the base impulse of everyone, and everyone wants to be able to do whatever they want. It's the reason the video store is dead. But you are surrendering your right to own things. Now, you might not think that means very much. A DVD, access to a movie, the ability to watch it whenever you want, that's freedom. Now, you can say that same thing is true of like anything that you watch on a streaming service, but when they can take it away, add a notice, when they can edit episodes, change history, rewrite your childhood, block access to things. South Park on Paramount is missing like 17 episodes. You just can't view them. They're not there. The only way to view them is through the DVDs. Even things like The Simpsons, something as wholesome as The Simpsons, dare I say, by today's standards, has numerous episodes that have been removed. And the only way to revisit those is through physical media. Because so long as things are streaming and digital, someone sitting there in a tall hat can decide, I found this quite offensive, and I shall be removing it. And you know how I know that? Because they did it to British comedy. Nearly all of British comedy is done. Can you imagine if John Cleese was a comedian today? I want you to sit on what I'm about to tell you for a minute and really think about this, okay? This is not me making up a problem. This is a serious societal and economic problem that we and future generations have a responsibility for. My wife was listening to a radio show on the road home. Maybe a little hypothetical story. She was driving home and listening on the radio. And they were giving away a free tablet to callers. They called up. It was a young woman in her 20s. And the question she had to answer for a new whiz-bang, top-of-the-line tablet was name one comedian. Name a comedian. And she hummed, and she hawed, and she couldn't. Not one comedian. She couldn't name one comedian. Not Adam Sandler, not Jerry Seinfeld, God bless Norm Macdonald, no one from a comedy film. she couldn't do it because she wasn't allowed to go and Google on her phone. And the modern generation, they don't watch comedy. They might watch like Scary Movie and other mindless stuff, right? But like, it's not like we had it. They don't have Bill Murray. They don't have even Jerry Seinfeld. Curb Your Enthusiasm, now, off the air. Goodbye. Hey, we want to make a show like Peep Show. Oh no, no way. No way. And British comedy's dead. Rick Mayall, rolling in his grave. And my wife said to me, she's like, this girl, she couldn't even name one comedian. What was with that? And I looked at my wife, whom I love. I looked at her as a husband looks at his wife. And I said, would our eldest daughter be able to name a comedian? And the grim realization that crawled across her face in that moment said all that I needed to say. My point was made. Now, I live in a shrine to pop culture and entertainment. And my own eldest daughter would probably not be able to name a comedian off the top of her head without a phone. Probably couldn't do it. Probably couldn't do it. And Jerry Seinfeld himself said, comedy's dead. You can't do it today. No one's laughing anymore. What sort of world are we at when no one's laughing? And I get it. I get a bee up in my ass. Just today, I got upset because there is a video where I've been edited in to a scene that I'm not happy with, right? And normally, under normal circumstances, Liam would laugh such a thing off. But I'm being told, oh, no, it's not you. And I'm like, well, it's clearly my face edited onto this other guy's face. I can see. And he said, oh, it's been that way for months, Liam. You're overreacting. I'm like, well, I've got a date here. And normally, in a normal world, me being me, I'd laugh that off. But the fact that it looks so realistic actually bothers me. And maybe that's a product of my own shortcomings. Maybe that's a problem with me. Or maybe it's just eventually if you take so much shit, little things become bigger things. You know what I mean? But the fact still remains, right, that the people that are making these calls, are making these censorship, that are pulling this media out of rotation, right? They're not dealing with people making AI-generated images of their faces or anything particularly targeting them. They're going, well, you can't show a Nazi. Are we the bad guys? Is unacceptable humor. John Cleese with a little, once a national fucking hero, a national icon, with a little fucking Hitler mustache on, ripping the shit out of doing a fucking parody, a satire. That's a problem to these people. So you're not allowed to tear down with comedy. You're not allowed to laugh at things. What you've got to do is you've got to consume like 30 seconds of content and then scroll to the next reel. That's what they are training our children to do. And I realize that I'm talking to the choir. You guys know. No one cares what I have to fucking say. This isn't going to appear somewhere else in the public or on a clip show or anything, and people are going to suddenly wake up and start listening. I know that it's a lost cause, the same way that the checkout aisle is a lost cause. Once upon a time, those were a bunch of jobs to a bunch of kids that had to get off their ass and get out and learn fucking the value of $1. All those jobs are gone now. Sweep it through the fucking computer, you maybe get one or two people there. And where are all of those jobs? Nowhere. And where are the kids that would have them? Sitting at home, getting stoned, and playing video games that they don't own so that they can go to school to pay for houses they don't own so that they can die in tiny little fucking boxes all shoved together like fucking an ant farm with nothing to pass along. Has anyone and you guys have heard me talk about this shit before, but are any of you familiar with the Mouse Utopia experiment? Anyone here at all familiar with the Mouse Utopia experiments? Just me? If I was to say the beautiful ones, would anyone know what I'm talking about? I'll just leave that with the chat for a while, because we have created a society where everyone has everything they need. They want for nothing except for the things they cannot have. They own nothing, and therefore nothing is of value. We cannot pass, there's not generational wealth. Is this topic of steep outrage. Like, for some reason, if I work my ass off and get ahead and pass that along to my daughter, then she shouldn't be entitled to it. It's my wealth. I'll do what I please with it. But instead, what, I've got to give that back to the government or give it to a charity? I can't give it to my own family to get my own family ahead? Why does a man work? Is not the labor of our own life our decision? Like if it's our time. But instead, we're going to live in this communistic super state where everyone has everything. And I know you're thinking that's ridiculous, Liam. You're like sitting here talking about Muppets one minute and socio-political economic like dystopia the next. And I'm telling you guys that I love Jim Henson. I love the egalitarian values of the man. I even love a lot of the socialist views that he has. I want a society where we help each other, but I want that society to come from a place of charity and choice and not government obligation. I don't want people living in shoeboxes like ants and getting pumped full of fucking medications so that they can believe in the delusion of happiness, the illusion of happiness chemically pumped into their brain, because fundamentally, at their core human essence, they understand that men were not meant to live as slaves in boxes, but don't have the means, courage, or ability to do anything else. And that's the world that has been built for you. That's the world that has enslaved so many of you and your children. And that's the world they're going to grow up in. A world where a teenage 20-year-old girl can't even name one comedian. And that's what everyone needs to hear. But instead, you know, I might pass gas on a stream and then that'll be what everyone talks about instead. But that's what people need to hear. We're all responsible for our own families, and no one's obligated to do anything for anyone else. We do it because it's kind and it's right, and we're meant to be good people. We help those that are in need. When you get to a position where you're in a good situation, you help other people that need it, right? But we have created a nanny state. We've created a society where strength is feared, where anonymity is celebrated like it's some sort of bulletproof vest. When we deal with nameless, faceless cowards, largely, those are the people who are our enemy right now. Faceless corporate suits that decide what you and your children are and are not allowed to watch, what you are and are not allowed to own, what's sold to you, what you think is right is now decided not by discourse, debate, or conversation, but by this misanthropic group of people that ultimately want to control you. People that don't have the control they want in their own life, so go out of their way to try and control others. And they take and take and take from you until you've got nothing left to give. And you're living hand to mouth. Comic books, Muppets, fairy tale stories, These things are meant to be things you take imagination and joy from, not an escape from reality, but things that let you see that there's a better way, and things that show you ways that things that you can take from to put back into the world to make it better. You know, yesterday we were talking about Ecclesiastes in the Bible. I'm going to get religious and everyone's going to leave. But like, there's a season for everything, right? There's a season for everything, good and bad. I want my next season to be good. I'm done with the bad. I'm sick of the bad. But you realize that like cowards are being made out of people because deep down, regardless of what they want to claim or pretend, they know this isn't right. They know this world that we've been forced into right now and this current system is bad. They know that they're not healthy, that they don't feel 100%, they're not well. Most folks you're going to meet today aren't homeowners. Most people that you meet today aren't even sure how to get ahead. You know, the great lie used to be go to college, make $1 million, you're going to be rich and famous. They told it to a whole generation of Australian women. Don't have kids. That's not the right way to live your life. Go to school, have a career. And a whole generation of girls missed having kids, got out of fucking college, and sat in the welfare line. Everything we're doing should be to provide for our families and move us forward as a society and as a culture. We should be a community. We're not, our sense of community and identity shouldn't be tied to message boards and strange foreign interests. Like, we're all one people. Everyone is someone's daughter. Everyone is someone's son. I don't know. Well, no, that's a lie. I do know. I do know. And I wish that things were different. And I wish that people stood up. Like, it's one thing to like flame a message like, oh, hey, you're taking away physical media, you're taking away our games. Is it going to change them? What's the actual strategy people are going to apply pressure? What are they going to do? It can be no more successful than what we tried with Comicsgate back in the day when we tried to move the needle. We'll buy all of these books and then we'll be able to influence the marketplace. We'll see that these are the titles that sell. Everyone will see, like, this is what's selling, this is what's good. We'll make stuff that's counter to that. Look at what they turned into. 10 years of my life stolen from me for nothing. For pain and heartbreak and backstabbing and treachery and betrayal. And ultimately, for no change at all in the industry. All of that money that I gave to all of these people, all of that time I spent, I literally could have just kept giving it to the Hero Initiative and it probably would have gone to a better use. Literally a failure and a waste. And I don't expect everyone that plays PlayStation to know who I am. I'm not that much of a narcissist. But like, there has to be a game plan or strategy. Because right now, the American people, or all people, Australian, all of us, are being robbed. You are being robbed of your liberties. I think about the world that my daughter's going to grow up in. You know, she's just 4. Let me tell you something related to that. I've got a buddy called Ben. He makes cool stuff, little figures and things like that. Before this stream started, I caught a little video from one of the channels I'm subscribed to, where this guy's talking about these little erasers that they make in Japan. I forget their name. They're very cool. The little erasers. They've got them in all different kinds, food, all of this. And I sent that over to him because I thought it was really cool, right? And in that video, the guy's talking about how Japan rewards creativity within the rules. It doesn't like rule breakers. It's a very lawful society, right? So a kid having a little bit of tuna or sushi as a little toy on the end of his pencil, that allows him to have his own little personality, his own little uniqueness, his own little sense of self. But he doesn't. It's not a toy. It's nothing. It's not a distraction. Well, that, as the guy explained it, it seemed so important to him, and it was such a point of pride for him. This man's a Japanese man. Such a point of pride for him in this video. And I sat there quietly watching him. And all I could think was, yeah, it would be cool to make little pencil topper action figure things. That would be fun. I would like to do that. And right next to that thought was the realization that all of the schooling being done right now is via tablets. You know, my kid has pens and pencils because I'm an artist and she's seen me using mine. She was born with the ability to hold a pen. It was uncanny. But like, that's not what other kids have. Everything's done by tablets now and computers. All of it. So where are you going to put your little, where are you going to put your little eraser that gives you your identity within the box they put you into? Where? Your little edgy joke that gets you thrown out of the system and burned alive. Ostracized. Isolated. Video games are more important than Hollywood right now. They are a larger point of entertainment for more people on the earth than anything else, by a large measure. By a large measure. And I'm sorry if my blasphemy just gave poor little movie perp a heart attack if he feels betrayed, but I'm telling you guys, it's a simple fact here. And you guys don't own them. You pay nearly $100 or more for them. I mean, the latest Switch 2 games that they had out, they're like $120 here or something, if I recall correctly. We're going past them. I'm like, wow. Normal Switch games like $80 to $90, and that's pretty high for a game. These are like $120. Okay. I have no idea what like the PlayStation and stuff are charging. You know what I mean? No idea. But more people watch that and are invested in those than there are you know what I'm saying, than there are film today. Video games are a bigger cultural milestone, a bigger touch point than film. Five Nights at Freddy's shaped an entire generation of young people. Pokemon before that. Anyway, I've chased everyone off. There's something about having the physical cartridge. We've adopted a throwaway culture. Yeah. People don't respect the things they have. And because of that, they break them. They don't take care of them. Well, it's easily replaced. Oh, okay. You don't treasure anything. And if you don't treasure anything, how can you truly love anything? You know what doesn't need the internet? 40K. That's true, I suppose. Now you need Starlink just to use Switch. Elon says that Starlink will work directly with your cell phone, and we won't need the dish anymore. Well, I mean, as technology evolves, I guess the entire internet can be covered with, the entire world can be covered with the internet. And then eventually we can have so much and everything be so delicate that one meteorite will hit this planet and we will be wiped off it in a single fucking go, and we'll be back to cavemen. Maybe I'm being a bit hyperbolic there, but when people go looking around, they're not going to find traces of anything, will they? Because all of it will be in the cloud. I mean, I'm telling you, it's happened before. It will happen again. You know, we should have practical, mechanical things. You know, and I know the genie's out of the bottle. AI's there. I thought that being an artist was the safest job in the world. Well, computers used to be known for their lack of creativity, except for what you input into them and stuff. Now, computers are generating Renaissance-level paintings that would take seasoned professionals like a year or 3 to paint in like a few generations, by which I mean seconds, image generations. It's impossible. It's insane. And it's only speeding up. It's only speeding up. And there's no way to oppose it, because humanity will always pursue the laziest path forward. We will always pursue the laziest path. That's just the nature of the human animal. You can play around with those bricks, Liam, with magic. I gotta stop swearing, proceeds to swear more. I'm sorry. I don't know I'm doing it. I grew up on the south side. I grew up in a rough house. When I'm speaking like just casually and I'm not like at a professional, like I'm talking to you guys like I would a friend, right? Like I'm not sitting here like I would at a professional board meeting and conducting myself like a professional, you know? If I was, I would talk differently. I would speak more like this, measured. I would think slightly more before I speak. But when I'm just like, hey, this is everything that's been churning up inside of me and I worry about the future. N64, GameCube, you had cartridges, you had discs. Yeah. Calma, yeah. Curry was pretty ill though, rest in peace, yeah. When you live in a megapolis like I do, being in New York City, it's unaffordable to buy a home in the city. Yeah, I understand. I mean, they got people living on top of one another like ants. You know, it's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry is all I can say, you know. I'll retire outside the city, maybe a mountain home. Yeah. What the? Liam has a down payment ready for his Lamborghini. I was so thinking about it, man. Like with all of the Lambo talk and shit, I was so like, man, when this car shits itself and dies finally, my wife's let me, like, I can have the next car I can pick what the next one is. She's not going to give me any shit. I so thought, we had the alternator go this week too, and I was like, oh, she's like, oh, we can fix it. It's only $400, and I'm like, oh, maybe I get a Lambo and try rent a Lambo and watch the cope. Because apparently so many people care about that superficial shit. Superficial, empty, meaningless shit. You know? Physical media gate. Yeah. It's all about control. It's true. They did it to Disney stuff too. Or they'd slap labels on it. Mm-hmm. Pretty soon you'll only be able to go to Rec Hall to see the new movie. We'll remember it for you wholesale. Oh, Recall, yeah, and we'll remember it for you wholesale. Yeah, man, like, isn't that, like, I mean, we joke about it, but Star Trek, right? Look at all the shit in Star Trek that was science fiction in the 70s. Your mobile device in your pocket's more powerful than their tricorder and stuff, you know? Like, it's like, look at where we are now. People of humor are always, in some degree, people of genius. Well, thank you. I do my best. I do my best. They want to continue to dumb down the population by killing comedy. Yes. Yes. They want to also harness people's outrage and farm people's anger because those things allow them to control and manipulate people better. Do you understand? Like, it's easier to get an angry person to do what you want than it is to get someone who's laughing to do what you want. Someone's laughing, they're going to laugh all the way to the Freedom Bank and tell you to jog on. But someone who's angry can be easily led, easily manipulated, easily pushed to, violence or, to eliminate targets that you see as competition. It's all unhealthy stuff. There's a war for your mind, guys. Liam, I could do a whole 10-hour live stream about how this stuff has ruined traditional publishing and how these people are pushing out everything that doesn't fit their formulas. I'm sure you could. We've all been looking at this and we're all seeing it happening in real time. What I'm trying to say to you guys while I got you here, friend or enemy, realize that our future's in our hands. We are the age of our fathers. We are not children anymore. We are treated like millennial children. We are treated like children by the government. We are treated like it's okay to be a 40-year-old geek and love turtles or something, right? That's totally fine. I love that stuff too. I'm not going to change that about me. We're the greatest generation that was told you don't have to leave behind the things you love. You shouldn't. But at the same time, the power that they have over us is an illusion, and it is a liberty that we sacrifice to them. Their goal, the goal of the government, is to serve us. They are to be our servants. Our taxes, which are nearly a third of what I make, go straight to the fucking government. These people who are making these laws and legislation are there to serve us, not the other way around. We're not meant to just prop them up for the sake of them being propped up. Their job is to provide services and conveniences and liberties to us. Comforts, peace, security. That is their job. These mega corporations that are currently saying, not only are we getting rid of physical media, but we're going to charge you the exact same price as if we had to cover everything else and you're going to eat shit and like it. These guys, they're meant to be serving you guys, the customer. They're not meant to be saying, you'll eat shit and like it, son. That's not what's good for anyone. That's not good business. Look, when they are charged, and the markups on everything is ridiculous. Everything is marked up ridiculous. You won't realize if you don't work in retail and production. But we're not seeing a 3 times markup, which is sort of high to standard. We're seeing like a 400, 500, 600% markup on devices and things. And because of that, we have hyperinflation. And so the rich get richer, and it's at everyone else's expense. And we allow it. We allow it to happen. And I'm not anti-capitalist by any means. I believe in capitalism strongly. Down with commies. But they're using basic morality to manipulate an entire generation of people. So, yeah, I know the beautiful ones. Online, we have the hideous ones. They lied to us. Somewhere along the way, go to college and you can get a job turned into go to college and then you'll need 5 to 10 years to experience the entry-level jobs. So you owe $1 million. Also, you owe $1 million, yes. It's not good. Stand your ground. That's right. That's right. 1 second. You go, unfortunately, not much you can do. Oh, sorry. Unfortunately, not much can be done to bankrupt companies with a man-cot if their governments just bail them out, especially ones that advance the agenda. It's true. It's true. This is, it's too big to fail has become a thing. Now, people are saying that like Disney is an American institution, and I believe there's a certain truth to that. But you have open socialists in the form of Walt Disney's granddaughter sitting on the board saying that she's ashamed of how her grandfather made his money and that they're afraid to do what needs to be done to make money, while at the same time practicing predatory business that exploits the common man. And this has been going on since the beginning, like over a decade now. And if Disney went down, they'd be bailed out by the government, guaranteed. Guaranteed. They're too big to fail. Too big to fail. And if you shift over to you shift over and you look at these other larger corporations, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. But that's why it's important that we hold on to the things that we have. Because what we have right now, and people aren't seeing it, and I need you to listen to me about this. What we have right now is a whole bunch of tax men. Not one tax man. We have all of these tax men. When you see the word subscription fee, I want you to realize that that's an invitation to another tax man in your life. And what does the Bible say about tax men? When your whole check is disappearing to convenience for a basic subsistence, maybe it's time that you really start thinking, maybe it's time to step out. The man caught, that's the way to go. That's a win in action, right? But it's also a fool's errand to think it's going to make a big difference. It can to small businesses, small companies, the independent guys, the guys that we ironically are. It definitely can. But, just try and be human and remember what it means to be human and kind to one another. Because the people that are running our businesses, the people that are running what's flooding through your television, they're not interested in you being okay, or you doing well, or you having a nice little nest egg to pass along to your little girl so that, she'll be all right. All they care about is keeping you watching. They don't even care about what you're watching is good anymore. Just keep watching. Just keep clicking. Just keep staying there. You don't need a big house or a comfortable space or a backyard. You don't need any of that. All you need to do is sit in this little ant box and watch your television and go to work and come back and take out all your frustrations and anger on other people on the internet and watch our service and pay our dollar. Programs. When was the last time you were able to outright buy a program? Most of them you can't. Everything's subscription. And now with the power of artificial intelligence, your every fantasy is at your hands. You might as well have a magic genie. You just have to subscribe. Just subscribe. And we can bring to life anything you imagine for you. And that technology is only going to improve until we have massively improved VR headsets and we're living in Shadowrun. And we're getting chips that make us feel good. Oh, you're unhappy? The problem with pills and pharmaceuticals is all of this psychosis and all these problems that we're having. We want to put an end to school shooting. We just don't want to have responsible gun laws or anything like that, or actually make sure that people get the mental health care that they want. Let's ignore all of that. That's too complicated and political. What the solution is this little chip that you're going to be able to put into your fucking brain with the iPhone X38. And it's going to pump good pleasurable memories and not memories, good pleasurable vibes into your brain directly through electronic stimulus, you won't be able to be unhappy anymore. It'll be happiness all the time. Feeling sad? Have a bit of electric happy. And then everyone's addicted to that, the same way that most of society's addicted to alcohol. Not even some. Like, there's entire portions of fucking our civilization, right, that are incapable of carrying on conversation without being completely fucking inebriated. Gone is the art of conversation. No wonder people don't know what a fucking comedian is anymore. Create dependencies. That's what they do. Create shortcuts, create dependencies, and you'll catch a human every single time. Sterilization is another one, yeah. Video games can never compare to movies. They can, will, do, outsell them, influence people's dreams, passions, and goals way more than them, and make more money than all of them. And I'm sad to say it, but it's true. It has we are in a post-film era. We are probably going to be the last generation of people that really love movies, and the Saracen, the theater, it will probably go the way of the dodo. Probably within our lifetime. I don't buy new games unless they're on sale and the price drops, unless I'm paying full price for 40k models and then I'm printing them now. No way I'm paying $80 for a video game. Yeah. Dark magic. Just scrolling down because I've got to wrap up the stream and get back to work. This is meant to be more about Muppets, but I hope I've said something that you guys can think about. In some states, you might also then be paying a tax for owing it after that. Yeah. That's being taxed up to 6 times on a single thing. Yeah, taxmen. Everyone's a taxman with their hand out. Just 3 cents, they say. Just 3 cents. Until you have nothing. Preservation is key. Preservation, independence, having the courage to speak up when it's scary. You know? Corporations win by the illusion of choice. Just keep watching to the tune of just keep swimming. Yeah, just keep watching, just keep watching. Just keep watching, just keep clicking, just back off. Get me in trouble. Did I make it through? No. Liam, just keep watching. Liam, I've been able to replace a lot of the programs I had to subscribe to for free open source models that are better. Congratulations. Liam, my fantasy novel includes beings to make everyone able to feel positive feelings. What that means and how it kills real love is a big part of the conflict. I can definitely see that being a serious issue. How can you truly love someone, for example, if you've never had the option to hate them? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was meant to be more Muppet themed. We ended up getting into a weird socio-political thing that will guarantee chase away all of my Muppet fans. They just want to talk about fun stuff, guys. Not this grim, dark shit. But let me tell you, we're on a hunt now, you guys. Find me someone from Portugal that can help me out. Begin hunting around for things. We've got a barcode we can start looking into. I'll be back tomorrow with an update on stuff. But this is our current mission, should you choose to accept it. Let's find this, and let's find those other DVDs that are those other bonus features on the other foreign DVDs. The one from Israel and the one from wherever the other one was. The fantastic Miss Piggy show. It was bonus content somewhere else. If there are 3 of these, there might actually be more. If there are 3 of these, there may actually be more. So I wonder if there's some way that we can get in contact with the distribution center of, well, not the distribution, with the Jim Henson Company people who were behind the DVD stuff. They might have some sort of archive or record. I'll go shaking a few trees on that as well. But there's a new channel on my Discord called Muppet Hunt. Anything you find, put in there. I'll check it out, and I'll bring it back to you next time tomorrow. If you guys have other Muppet channels you want to check out, if you guys have anything you find on Reddit or any news articles or anything like that, throw it all in there. But our goal right now is finding the Muppets Go to Hollywood. That's the goal. Let's make that a reality, you know? Muppet Grimdark, you know? What trouble are you talking about? I mean, like, 10 years of constant fucking niggling and bullshit coming my way. Well, I suppose what's the difference, right? What's the difference? I'll just keep walking forward and people are going to keep lunging and stucking knives in my back, you know? What more can they take away from me at this point? Don't let anyone take anything from you guys, especially 100% not your happiness, you know? Cancel culture is real, but there's no reason to let that fixate on you and define your every fucking waking moment. A big thank you to everyone that took the time to come and hang out today and chill out with me. I talked through my entire lunch break and ate nothing. So I've got 4 minutes. I'm going to end the stream and see if I can Cookie Monster a whole bunch of food so that I do not pass out. Peace be upon you, yeah. In the grim darkness of the third millennium, there is only the Muppets.